Amazing 10 modern games released in the last 10 years that everyone got to play once in life because they're all special in some aspect, so you need to have that experience.
I saved you. And I'm here to save you again. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god.
Baldur's Gate 3, the most impressive tactical RPG ever released. The game was developed by the studio Larian Studios and was released in 2023, winning as the best game of the year in that year, and it's available on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. In case you like tactical RPG, it's almost impossible that you've never seen Baldur's Gate 3, since it got really famous right after it was released, and the reason is simple. The game is simply amazing in every term, since the story, which can change based on your choices along the game, the characters, the combat possibilities, and the amount of details in every choice. Everything can change in a small decision, like kill or not an NPC, or even doing things that you didn't even think it was possible. It's even scary to think that the developers worked so hard to make every decision of the player to be really important. The main story takes about 70 hours to be finished, but if you play it all, I'm sure you'll want to explore much more the universe of the game, trying to do all you can before ending.
The Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself.
Soon she'll wake and paint again. Paint a new number, ticking down every year. One stroke.
Clair Obscure Expedition 33 was a surprise to everyone. The game was released in April of 2025. Nobody was expecting much of this game, but what the studio Sandfall Interactive delivered us was a true video game masterpiece. The game is available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, GeForce Now, and Microsoft Windows, and in this moment, it is available on Xbox Game Pass. So if you're a user of Game Pass, even if you think you're not going to like the game, try it. You'll be surprised. Explore a world of wonders inspired by Belle Epoque France and battle unique enemies in this turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics. Despite it's a game set in a turn-based combat, it's the most different one I've ever played. It's even like a Souls-like game sometimes. You need to dodge enemies' attack, or even parry. What's harder, but will reward you with mana points. So I assure you, in less than 30 minutes, you'll be hooked to the story of the game. And from there on, it'll just get better and better, with a nice story and deep storytelling and a complex character building.
The tarnished will soon return, guided by grace once lost.
Elden Ring, the biggest and most beloved game of the already classic studio from Software. The game was released in 2022 and was the best game of that year according to the Game Awards. And if you want to play it, it's available on Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Windows. Until the end of 2025, it'll be released on Nintendo Switch 2. The game is a massive open-world Souls-like, an action RPG, and is one of those games that won't tell you what to do. You'll see some tips if you pay attention to the game, but the exploration here is the most important, and it's really immersive in this game. The journey is hard, but extremely pleasant in case you like Souls-like games, and it'll take about 60 to 100 hours to finish. And beyond that, there's a huge expansion, probably the biggest expansion ever released in a video game, and will add about 30 hours of gameplay in the game.
Emboldened by the flame of ambition, someone must extinguish thy flame.
They will fight, and they will die. There do I see my mother,
Oh, there do I see my father. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me.
God of War, the restart of one of the most brutal video games characters released in 2018, developed by the legendary studio Santa Monica, and released only on PlayStation 4 in the start, but later released on PlayStation 5 and Windows. His vengeance against the gods of Olympus years behind him, Kratos now lives as a man in the realm of Norse gods and monsters. It is in this harsh, unforgiving world that he must fight to survive and teach his son to do the same. A whole new adventure, with new challenges, enemies, weapons, characters, and much more in a colder universe. Kratos is not trying to fight anymore. He just wants to live his life in peace with his son. But things will happen, and Kratos will need to be a brutal warrior again. An excellent restart for the series, with cutting-edge graphics, a new gameplay style with an action-adventure approach, but with many RPG mechanics, all set in a beautiful semi-open world with a lot of quests and side quests, rewarding you for everything you do.
But only when tempered by this. By the discipline, the self-control of the one who wields it.
Open the door! We need your help!
This is no ordinary illness. The boy's true nature, your true nature, fights within him.
Once we were many. Now we are few. Hunters, killers of the world's filth.
The Witcher 3, one of the most beloved action RPG games ever released, it was released in 2015 by the studio CD Projekt Red and won the Game of the Year in that year. After releasing The Witcher 3, the world just realized how impressive the studio was, and from there on everyone just want to know about their next game. By the way, there will be their next game in this list, and The Witcher 4 is already announced too, what shall be one of the biggest games of its year. The open world of this game is impressive. It's huge, with many different quests and side quests, all of them with a lot of personality. It's impressive, and around the world you'll find many different people with different dialogues, mini quests and interactions will add a lot to the gameplay immersion. The main story takes about 60 hours, but it's so good that you'll want to do the extra missions to get better items or even explore more of the universe. And there's 2 great expansions, what will add more than 30 hours of gameplay to the game.
Witchers, the ultimate killing machines. Among us, a legend. The one they call Geralt of Rivia, the White Wolf. White Wolf, at last.
Welcome to Night City.
In Night City, the rules are different. Stakes are higher.
Cyberpunk 2077, the game developed right after The Witcher 3 by CD Projekt Red. The game was released in 2020 to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Windows. And in that moment, everyone got disappointed with the game. It wasn't that everyone expected, but in the next years it released to Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5. And along the years, they fixed many problems of the game and added many features. What made the game way better than in the launch, beyond that it's already confirmed that the game will be day one on Nintendo Switch 2, with the DLC included. The game received a huge DLC, with a new map, new characters, new weapons, vehicles, and more. Adding all that to the game makes the experience playing really good. The core of the game is similar to The Witcher, but the gameplay and universe are totally different. This is a FPS RPG, obviously set in a futuristic cyberpunk world, where the technology is in another level, and nothing is really natural anymore. Not even the people. The possibilities in the game are many, since missions, side missions, dialogues, and much more, what makes the replay factor interesting. It takes about 40 hours to be finished, but exploring and doing everything, including the DLC, you'll easily play for more than 100 hours, and it's really worth nowadays.
The year is 2077. An economic crisis culminating in nuclear conflict has left America in pieces. With most of the continent degenerating into lawless war zones, people from all over have converged on the already overcrowded Night City, one of the world's last...
They'll probably hang you, buddy.
You coming, buddy?
In the late 1800s, America was evolving, on its way to becoming the most powerful country in the world.
Red Dead Redemption 2, my favorite game of all time, a masterpiece developed by Rockstar Games. It was released in 2018, and so far it's only available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, but you can play it on the current generation, but it will be the past generation version. It's an immense open-world game, set in the American Western style, and is simply one of the best general entertainment pieces ever made, with impressive details, realist graphics, an immersive and insane story and storytelling, and great characters. In the game, you'll explore a huge open world, meeting many different people, and having an interaction possibility with everyone in the game. Of course, you'll be able to develop more of the relation with some, but you can talk to everyone in the game. What feels absurdly immersive in the game? The story takes about 40 hours to be finished, but the game is filled with side quests, mini games, challenges, and much more, and you'll easily play more than 100 hours, and all this time will be really good.
With Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar Games aims to create a living world that's not simply open, but deeper.
Come on, pretty boy.
More interactive and detailed than ever.
Pretty boy?
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is obviously the sequel of the original game released in 2018, and it amazed all players that tried it. So the second game was released in 2025, and it's simply one of the best games of the year, better than the first game in almost all aspects. The studio that developed it is Warhorse Studios, the studio of the old Mafia franchise writer, and the game is available on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game is set in an immersive and impressive open world, where you can explore many different realistic areas, by the way. As it's a medieval game, you can explore castles, buildings, churches, and much more. All that's set in the accurate state of the time the game is set. Everything with impressive details. The gameplay is like a simulator. You can't do much more than you could do in the reality. I mean, if you try to face 4 guys, you'll surely lose, as the combat is extremely realistic in a lot of details, since the weapons, movements, damage, and more. And the world itself is really realistic too, with laws, NPCs that seems to be alive, and deep dialogues with many different people.
Becoming more than a peasant.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life? It can end before it gets started.
The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, the sequel of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's in the same style. A huge open world with a lot of possibilities. And I must say that Elden Ring wouldn't exist without Breath of the Wild. That was surely a huge inspiration for Elden Ring. Tears of the Kingdom was developed by Nintendo and released in 2023. Only on Nintendo Switch, and it was announced already that Breath of Wild and Tears of the Kingdom will get a new version to Nintendo Switch 2, with better graphics and performance. The game follows the story of Link, a knight that fights to save the Princess Zelda, what's usual in almost all games of the series. But here the universe is huge, and as Elden Ring, the game won't tell you what to do, but give you a lot of tools and mechanics, so you can discover the best ways to surpass the challenges. To finish the game, you'll take about 50 to 60 hours, but the game is so huge, with so much good content, that you can spend more than 200 hours playing to get everything, and all that time will be really fun, as the game continue to surprise you in every aspect of gameplay.
Link.
The Makers felt a weapon as powerful as the Slayer should be guided.
They lied to us. And now he has a leash.
He's not one of us.
Doom: The Dark Ages is the ultimate Doom game, released in May of 2025. The game is a true Doom experience. Some new fans may don't like some changes they did, and believe me, I was one of those players, but when I understood and mastered the mechanics, I fell in love for the game, as it's a really brutal experience. The game was developed by the studio ID Software, the legendary Doom studio, and released to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Windows. It is available on Xbox Game Pass. Doom Slayer is as brutal as never, fighting hordes of demons with his shield, saw, and weapons. And the shield is an amazing creation for this game, as it's the base of the gameplay beyond the classic and new weapons. You can defend yourself, parry enemies' attacks, use it to dash in enemies, throw it in many places in enemies, with defend objectives such as stun an enemy, or make a long jump in a specific place. Doom: The Dark Ages, in my opinion, is not the best Doom, but is one of my favorite, with a brutal gameplay and innovations for the series that I can't think about this game without. So, you must play it. By the way, I just got 1000 G on Xbox. It's not hard, and there's no online mode, so it was really pleasant doing 100% of the game.
Our enemy is divided. The time is now.
They fear him, and so your dominion over hell is not absolute.
Avoid the Slayer. Focus on breaking humans first.
Thanks for watching, like the video, subscribe for more, and that's it. I see you in the next video.
Chose to come. I didn't make the rules.